What is up, everybody? We are back.
I'm back.
We are freaking back. Who knows how long it's been, but this is...
How long has it been since The Rock whipped your ass?
This is the return episode of the No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, the greatest host, Kyle Masters, as always. I'm here with my single co-host here, Corporate Cappy.
Ayo.
He's here.
No self-fill, though.
No self-fill. He's no-selling right now, as always. I mean, if you guys remember our previous episodes, he always likes to no-sell. But we're back! We're back! It's a new day! Yes, it is!
Yes, it is.
Oh, man, I wish we were still around when this team started, man.
Actually, that's one thing I wanted to say is I think you owe an apology to New Day because I went back and watched one of our last podcasts. You said how much you hated New Day.
Yeah. I'm going to have to apologize for that, too. They've become one of our favorite tag teams. They're hilarious. There's so much hype with these guys. The crowd loves them.
Especially feuding with the Dudley Boys. It's a perfect pair.
Yeah, perfect feud for them. But, man, wrestling since we did our last podcast, man, that must have been like back in May or June. Lots happened.
I mean, it's been a little dry the last month or so, but last night definitely picked it up. But
but ever since WrestleMania, a lot of shit's happened. Frick, what? Sting's gone now.
Thank God.
Because thanks to Rollins, he fucking basically killed him. I mean, that match was intense, but I didn't think it was gonna be that intense for Sting. He had a pretty good match with Triple H at WrestleMania, but I guess Seth Rollins was too much.
I can't really comment on Sting because I really don't like Sting, so I don't really.
What do you got against Sting, man?
I don't like Sting. I don't know. He's boring to me.
Yeah.
To me, he's just maybe 15 years ago I could have got into it, but not now.
It's his WWE run, whatever.
Yes. And what's with Rollins facing all these old fucking?
Ever since WrestleMania, he's not really had I can't say a good title run, but he's just faced part-time wrestlers. He went from Brock Lesnar to Sting, and then now he just faced really Demon Kane. Demon Kane was ever going to win the freaking title. He
had that one feud with Cena that unified the titles or whatever.
Yeah, if you picked Demon Kane to win the title at Hell in a Cell yesterday, I would have told you to stop watching wrestling for good. Don't even watch wrestling anymore.
That may have been a worse pick than Phil picking R-Truth for the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Literally, they can't have Demon Kane winning the title. There's no way. There's absolutely no way to win the title.
Corporate Kane would be best for business, though. I'd love that.
Corporate Kane winning the title? I don't know. Even that. But let's just hope Seth Rollins starts facing someone, someone more relevant, and maybe full-time would be nice.
Well, they're saying it's going to be maybe Roman Reigns, which could be a good feud.
Yeah, I can see it being a good feud. Maybe that's going to still, again, foreshadow into what my prediction for WrestleMania is going to be is the Shield facing each other for the title. So
triple threat.
Yeah, it's a good start if that's going to foreshadow them into it. Yeah. If he's going to face Reigns, I'm happy with that. At least it's someone that's relevant right now and not on a part-time schedule. It's the World Heavyweight title. Mm-hmm. You unified them. You have to keep it top. You have to keep it up the prestigious ladder right at the top. Why do you keep having it being defended? A part-time wrestler is going to come in and win the title. I mean, you had Brock Lesnar, but he was he's basically between part-time and full-time because he makes more appearances than a part-time wrestler would.
Yeah.
So, especially this year, Brock Lesnar's had 5 or 6 matches already this year, which is crazy for Brock Lesnar. I mean, you have to count the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember if he had a match at Fastlane. He had a match at WrestleMania, so there's 2.
Beast in the East.
Beast in the East, there's 3.
The match at MSG, the live event.
That's 4. I'm pretty sure he's at SummerSlam, there's 5. Yeah. He's at Battleground, there's 6.
Speaking of part-timers, you got Taker, too, having all these matches.
Yeah, Undertaker. I mean, it's his last run. It's 25th anniversary. I mean, good for him. He's got his last run here. He's going to go into his 25th Survivor Series. I mean, good for him, man.
Yeah.
He's gotten into really good shape. I'm really proud of him.
I can't believe he was able to do SummerSlam, Hell in a Cell, and he's probably going to do Survivor Series too.
Yep, and then probably won't see him until after the Rumble to start his WrestleMania feud with whoever WWE decides, because right now the plans for WrestleMania are still up in the air. I mean, they're talking about either Rock Brock or The Rock Triple H or The Rock Undertaker or John Cena Undertaker. I mean, any one of those matches I'd be happy with.
I don't think Rock Undertaker would make much sense. I'd rather see The Rock face Triple H because of the whole Ronda Rousey thing going on.
I think if the Ronda Rousey thing does fail and like they can't get her at all at WrestleMania, I mean that's a good fallback. The Rock versus Undertaker, it'll draw in a lot, and they can both perfectly sell for each other, as we just seen. Like Lesnar's been selling so good for Brock Lesnar, I think it's incredible.
You mean Taker?
Taker. It's just. They've been putting up really good matches, especially last night. Hell in the Cell, they put up a really good match.
Taker looks in better shape than he has been since like 2004.
Literally, and he's got his hair back too, man. The goatee, God, he looks exactly like he did back then. It's nuts.
Can you just please come back as Biker Taker, please?
Oh, I think we're all hoping that, and it only kind of makes sense he does it at WrestleMania. It's in Texas. I mean, it's his last WrestleMania. It looks like he'll probably be in the Hall of Fame. So why not, man? Why not have Biker Taker come back? You know he's gonna get a pop. You know a lot of people are gonna know. I mean, it's WrestleMania. Like most of the IWC crowd is at WrestleMania, so you can do it. But yeah, wrestling since we've had last the podcast has gotten a lot better. The Dudleys are back. On a full-time basis, which is crazy because no one would have ever predicted that.
Yeah, the fact that they came back was just crazy.
Yeah, I mean...
Another return last night we'll get into later, but I'm trying to think of any of the other returns that we've had lately.
Sting. I mean, Sting's had a couple matches, but like now they don't even know if he's going to come back.
Who knows?
He got hurt pretty bad at SummerSlam with Seth Rollins.
Jericho, too. Don't forget about him.
Yeah, Jericho's been here and there. He's been a lot of live events. He came back on TV for a while, too. But good for Jericho, too. I mean, he's still doing his thing with Fozzy. And,
he's the anti-Brock Lesnar, only live events.
Yeah, you know what? He likes what he does. He comes back to wrestling when he has some free time, and good for Chris Jericho. WWE's always happy to bring him back.
Oh, yeah. He's always a draw. I personally went to the live event in Toronto and saw him there. It was fantastic. Probably got the biggest pop of the night.
Yeah.
He could still, like, control the crowd whenever he wants. It's...
one thing, though, it's on my mind. It's actually pissed me off a little bit. Because people keep telling me, like, oh, man, he should be coming back anytime soon. And I'm like, no, they have to do it right. It's this Daniel Bryan story.
Oh, God.
And how there's rumors going around all the time, like this last couple weeks especially, about him being medically cleared. And there were like big rumors last night he's going to be at Hell in a Cell because he was in California, even though he's there for a wedding. Like, no, you cannot do this.
No, he's got to be 100%. He tried coming back early last time. And
are people stupid? Did they not know what happened last time he tried coming back? He just got hurt again, and now he's hurt for a long time. Like he's got to take the Shawn Michaels approach to this. He's got to be gone for a couple years, even if it takes up to 4. Like Shawn Michaels was gone for 4 or 5 years before he came back to wrestling. Yeah. Like he can come back and do like a couple promos if Daniel Bryan wants to, or like do some like GM work, make him a GM for SmackDown or something.
Yeah.
But like don't put him in ring. Like that's all you got to do. Let him heal properly until he's ready to go. I mean, I know like. There's a difference because back when Shawn Michaels got the injury, he was still young, and Daniel Bryan's older than what Shawn Michaels was at the time. But still, I mean, you can give him at least Daniel Bryan 2 years to have maybe come back for like a final run, like a final year run or something like that.
I compare it to the Edge situation because Edge came back too early, and look at he ended his career. He had one more match and he was done.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he literally could never get in the ring again, or he'd be paralyzed for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
So. You don't want another situation like that happening. You at least want him to wrestle.
Or even Christian, the fact like they rushed him back from concussions too early, and then look what happened. He got it more, and now he can't wrestle again because he's had too many concussions. Just like the hockey concussions or football or any other sports.
So bring a guy back too early.
So people got to calm down. All right. I know there's a lot with the yes hype and all that stuff, but you got to calm down and let Daniel Bryan heal properly. As much as you want him, as much as I would find it cool for him to come back early, he's got to stay. I want him back. If he's gonna come back, 100%. I don't want to like cringe every time he gets something like done on his neck. Like that's
80% of Daniel Bryan's not good enough for me. I want him at full health.
Yeah, 100. That
because he's the type of guy that he'll go all out and then end up hurting himself more.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, wrestling, man, just WWE's been growing lots lately. I mean, even in NXT's been doing really good. I mean, Bayley winning the NXT Divas title from your girl, Sasha Banks.
The Divas Revolution is
the Divas Revolution is now full effect. They've brought up Becky Lynch, Charlotte, who is our current Divas champion. Paige has been part of the Revolution. Sasha Banks.
Yep. Your girl Naomi.
No, her and her bright ass shoes and get the fuck out. She is not part of this revolution. She's useless to this revolution. What the hell has she done for this revolution? But sit there and go, oh no, I deserve to be part of this because I've done so much for this company. No, you haven't. You were a cheerleader when you started for freaking
Funkadactyl.
You're a Funkadactyl that no one liked or paid attention to.
And then, speaking of that, we missed the entire Rusev Dolph Ziggler love circle triangle thing going on.
That was horrible. This thing they did with Lana going for Dolph Ziggler was just... It was awkward because in real life, Rusev and Lana were a couple, and they've become engaged to each other in real life.
They drop the entire storyline.
So yeah, so they had to drop it because it's awkward. You don't want your newly fiance making out with a guy you work with.
And plus, everybody has social media now, so they've seen the pictures of them together. They can't just say that it's not happening.
It's just a weird storyline. You can't do it. I mean, it's terrible. That quickly ended, and I'm thankful for that.
I felt like I was watching a fucking soap opera. It was terrible.
Oh God, man, it's just.
And then Rusev awkwardly with Summer Rae. That was even worse.
Yeah.
It just looked.
Summer Rae just trying to be Lana the whole time.
Stupid.
Oh, it's just a waste of space. I mean, they have to fill in the 3-hour spot on Raws, but that.
So thank God we missed that era because that was pretty fucking bad.
Yep.
And we have the Wyatt family back.
Oh yeah, and they have a new member of the Wyatt family, Braun Strowman.
He says vanilla is Eric Rowan, which I didn't think was possible.
This guy is a beast. He is huge.
He's huge, but he can't wrestle. He's just...
Yeah.
I hate these guys that come in and can't wrestle. I mean, I'm kind of, contradicting myself because Mark Henry's one of my favorites, but still.
Who's been still active lately, he's been coming to get jobbed. I mean, helping wrestlers. Basically, he's at that age now where he's just there to put people over. I mean, it sucks to just you watch one of your favorite wrestlers just shit the bed every week, but still.
Yeah. But back to the Wyatt family, Luke Harper is the only one besides Bray Wyatt that I would actually like to see in a match. Eric Rowan and Braun Strowman, they're just
they can't wrestle. Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper are definitely the better of the 4 Wyatt family members.
Yeah.
Who interestingly put themselves in a situation last night at Hell in a Cell with Undertaker, which I didn't see coming. Not only anyone saw coming that after Undertaker's match, he's in the ring almost collapsing as the Wyatts come out and beat the crap out of Undertaker. Which then, when we go back to the Undertaker thing of him and his health, what the hell, he was able to take that. He's been able to take one of those beatings since the Shield or even before that, way back in the day, which is crazy. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen with the Wyatts and Undertaker. I mean, we could even see Team Wyatt versus Team Undertaker, which is kind of what it's shaping out to be.
But who the hell is going to be on Team Undertaker besides Kane?
I mean, it's going to be Kane. Yeah. I mean, you can't. It makes you think. I would say Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns is set to be in the title picture. It could be Kane, Undertaker.
Sting.
It's Sting. No, it's gotta be Kane.
The vigilante.
No, I don't even know what they're gonna do. We'll have to see how it plays out in the next couple weeks. But I get a feeling there's gonna be more than one traditional Survivor Series match.
Yeah.
But there's gonna be a main
maybe
one.
An authority.
Yeah.
Versus whatever.
I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see in the next couple weeks. But that'd be kind of cool. Team Wyatt versus Team Undertaker. It's interesting to see what we're gonna have to find out on Raw. What's gonna happen with Bray Wyatt and him kidnapping Undertaker at the end of Hell in a Cell. But man, ever since WrestleMania, man, WWE's been booming. I've been liking it. We've been trying to get. We couldn't do our podcast basically over the summer. We've had so much going on with work and school. It's been really tough, and it just occurred to me last week. I'm gonna have a lot of free time coming up. So not all about my co-host, but for me, I'm gonna have a lot of free time. So you know what? I'm just gonna decide to start the podcast up again. And just, vent our frustrations, vent whatever we got to say with wrestling, man. It's the perfect way to do it.
Yeah, things have been good lately, so can't really rant about a lot except for the soap opera that was going on. But
the soap opera, that was so bad. But even NXT's been doing good too. They've gotten a couple people. They got Samoa Joe. That was incredible. I can't believe Samoa Joe made the jump to WWE. That's just mind-blowing insaneness. Finn Balor's the NXT champion now.
Rhino came back.
Yeah, Kevin Owens moved up to the WWE. Now he's the IC champion. He had some pretty good feuds with John Cena over the summer. I mean, they had some insane matches, which are probably I put them in match of the year candidates for sure.
The the NXT Brooklyn show before SummerSlam sold out.
Yeah, that was insane. They basically did the arena. Like they had what, like 17,000 people for that.
They had to like add more tickets and more seats because
it was so in high demand.
Yeah.
Like that was the biggest crowd for NXT, and it was incredible. They did such a good job with it. I mean, they could have done the Divas. They should have put the Divas match at the main event because
they stole the show.
It was insane. The craziest match. It was like 30 minutes long. Like it was nuts. For a Divas match at that caliber, it's just crazy.
I don't even remember what the main event was. What was it? Finn Balor?
Yeah, it was Kevin Owens against Finn Balor in a ladder match, and the crowd was already like emotionally and just drained from the Divas match.
Who would ever thought that a Divas match would last 30 minutes?
Like it was.
Can you imagine like Kelly versus like?
No, you literally you can't even think that because that's horrendous. They would never go that long. That's like saying you want to see Fandango against Santino Marella in a 30-minute Iron Man match.
Of all time.
Yeah, no, the worst feud of all freaking time.
Actually, I think we voted for 3MB versus Los Matadores as the worst feud.
Yeah, like that was worse. I don't even know if this year coming up for Slammies in December, like I can't even think of like a worse feud that's happened this year.
The Rusev Ziggler feud.
Yeah, that's got to be up there, and it's probably gonna win since nothing's really been happening lately with that.
But you'll have to tune into the Slammy show for that one.
Yeah, the Slammy show. Yeah. But yeah, ever since then, yeah, wrestling's been good.
Yeah.
The
Hulk Hogan situation.
Oh yeah, so even now with the Susan G. Coleman, he can't be back to promote it because Hulk Hogan got himself in a little trouble. So yeah, Hulk Hogan getting into some hot water here. Just recently, a report came out that Hulk Hogan said dropped the N-bomb basically, and basically just screwed up his whole thing with WWE.
I think this is unfair treatment. Like he dropped the N-bomb 9 years ago or 10 years
ago? Yeah, it wasn't
even
like recently. It was in like a freaking interview from like 2006.
Like Vince McMahon said it like 100 times.
He said it on national TV. How the hell does Vince McMahon get away from saying the N-bomb on national TV when Hulk Hogan says it in an interview, not WWE-based interview, but interview with something else in 2006?
And now they basically just say that he doesn't exist anymore. He's not in the Hall of Fame anymore. They don't acknowledge him ever being in a WWE. It's just complete bullshit.
Yeah, they completely wiped Hulk Hogan off the face of the earth with this. They took him off WWE.com. They took him off video games. They took him off that network. They literally have taken him off everything.
How can
WWE. How do you do that to a guy who's basically put WWE on the map? He's one of the reasons why WWE is here today. How do you do that to that guy?
He's like one of the Mount Rushmore faces of the
There's
WWE.
People who have done worse shit, and they're still here or still associated with the company. How do you do that? How do you go, even as recently, how do you go, a guy like Alberto calling WWE a freaking racist against Mexicans and have him allowed to come back? How? That's just as bad as dropping the N-bomb.
There's been a lot of words. I'm sure there's been a lot of other superstars that have said that. Like, let's be honest here.
Yeah, like it's ridiculous how out of proportion it's got, and it just WWE just needs to basically take a chill pill, relax, and bring him back. Even his god awful promotion work was still just like he's part of WWE, right? Like, I don't get it. Like, WWE's just again, you gotta take a chill pill when it comes to stuff like that. So now let's see, like remembers him promoting Susan G. Coleman like crazy. Now he's not here to promote it.
It's just I can't believe they can take a legend like that and then just make it seem like he never existed.
Yeah, it's sad. Like I don't even know what to say. Like WWE, they fucked up on that. Basically,
they fucked up hard on that.
Yeah,
and we lost a few legends in the summertime.
Yep. Rest in peace to the great Dusty Rhodes and Roddy Piper. Yep. Two great legends. Two deserving Hall of Famers. Lost their life over the summer, and
they're probably fighting up in heaven somewhere.
Yep.
NHBWR.
Yep. Oh God, see how long it's been since the last podcast? I've forgotten our initials.
At least it's not an interview mode.
But we'd like to pay respect to those legends.
Yes.
So yeah, rest in peace.
Yep.
So, speaking of legends, this year's Hall of Fame. We know Sting's going to be there. There's a rumor that Undertaker's going to be there, but I can't think of anyone else that are going to be put in there that are not Hall of Famers yet. I would say maybe Christian, because Edge is the only one out of ENC to be in the Hall of Fame. The Dudleys probably.
Yeah,
because this is their final run. The Dudleys are like have won the titles like 20-something times.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see who gets in the Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the main guy?
Yeah, definitely for sure. But other than that, I mean, you can't really think. I mean, we'll have to see who WWE even chooses. Like the bottom of the barrel, like, oh yeah, that guy's still around. Like Tajiri or Funaki are gonna be in the Hall of Fame.
My boy Funaki.
Maybe they'll have like a Japan section.
No, he's SmackDown's #1 announcer.
Yeah, he was SmackDown's #1. Maybe the coach will be in the Hall of Fame. Now he's part of the ESPN weekly panel for WWE. I guess WWE has partnered with ESPN now, and they have like a weekly kind of WWE The Experience kind of deal.
It's only a matter of time before JBL gets in.
Oh God, man, that's gonna be JBL too.
Yep.
Maybe at the end of his commentating reign, and same with the other commentators, Michael Cole, obviously.
Lawler's already in there.
Yeah, Lawler's already in there. JR.
JR and Lawler went in the same year.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that now. So.
Sideburn Saxton is
Sideburn Saxton. But.
You want to get into the pay-per-view last night?
Yeah, the pay-per-view last night. I mean, it was good. It was all right. I mean,
the opening was just insane. Like,
yeah, I can't believe Alberto Del Rio is back. Like, how the hell? Yeah, that was just a shocker. When Zeb Coulter first came out, and you told me about this because I was asleep, I was under the weather. I'm like, okay, Zeb Coulter's out, Jack fucking Swagger. I'm like, great, Jack Swagger, whatever, real American U.S. title. Kind of makes sense, but I didn't want to fucking see Jack Swagger out of anybody to win the freaking U.S. title. And then he says Alberto Del Rio. Like, are you serious? What? Like, you were in AAA Mexico happy. You called WWE a freaking racist. How do you come back?
They must have given him a nice hefty sum.
That contract must have been huge. And we also read that, like, it was because he lost touch with Lucha Underground. There's a bad falling out there, and so he needed money. So WWE was like, hey, we have a shit ton of $1 million here to give you. Why don't you just come back and give you a ratings booster for us? So Del Rio is back. He beat John Cena last night in the opening match. So John Cena is off to do whatever he's got to do. I mean, he's got apparently there's rumors that he's got a fitness show to do or something like that. But whatever John Cena do, what you got to do. But Zeb Coulter and Del Rio, this guy hated Del Rio. He's all about being American and stuff like that. And Del Rio, who's pure Mexican, comes. How do you have him as your manager? We'll have to see how that plays out. Maybe there'll be a falling out with them too. But like, what the hell?
My theory on this is that WrestleMania this year is in San Francisco, and they have a large, what's the word? Spanish community. And they had Del Rio promote the WrestleMania there before he left. So I have a feeling
that's right. He did promote 31.
So I have a feeling that they brought him back because of the high ratings they could get for the show with all the Spanish community with Del Rio.
True. Texas is right near the Mexican border. I mean, they're gonna have a big Mexican base there for this year's WrestleMania. So he'll get a good shot. I mean, I don't know who he's going to face.
I think he's keeping the title. Because I remember watching an interview with him when he left, and he said the only way he'd want to come back is he wants to go into WrestleMania as a champion.
Yeah, I mean, he could even, if he drops it while Cena comes back, then goes for the IC title. That way he's, Triple Crown winner, right? Like, he'll hold every major title in the WWE. Like, he's only held the major title, like the World Heavyweight title and WWE title before this. Now He's
never held a minor title.
Yeah, he's never held any minor title. Now he's got the U.S. title. So, you know what? I'm actually happy. I mean, I wasn't a fan of Del Rio in the past, but I'm actually happy he's back. He's a good ratings booster, and I think he can do a lot. I mean, we'll see what he has in store for Raw tonight. I heard there's a tournament tonight for the being the #1 contender. I mean, I can't see him being #1 contender while holding the U.S. title, but I'm sure he has something to prove tonight, and we'll see basically an outline of what his contract's going to be about how he puts himself out there.
I'm just hoping to give him a little bit more freedom with regards to his in-ring ability and maybe some mic skills, even though he's got Zeb Coulter now to talk for him. But
Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out.
Yeah.
But good for Del Rio coming back.
That was an unbelievable opening to the show.
Yeah, one of the most memorable moments for this year. Definitely.
I'm glad I was at home watching it by myself because I actually shit my pants. So
yeah, when you first told me, I couldn't believe it. I was losing my freaking mind. I
had to fucking dust off the Del Rio shirt and the scarf.
And dust it off and the scarf. Oh god! At least you have the world title with it too. Yeah. Just to complete the package. But good for Del Rio.
Yep.
So yeah, the rest as the rest of the pay-per-view goes, I mean, it was pretty good. I mean, it was all the worst match was Kane versus Seth Rollins. That was freaking garbage.
You didn't like Kane bouncing off the announce table?
Okay, that was the only highlight of the match though. Like Kane gets like power bombed, literally power bomb off the other announce table. Not through the Spanish announce table, as we have to highlight this, but he bounced off.
It was like a trampoline.
Like it literally looked like a trampoline. We were dying, and he just took the table with him, like sideways.
It just like fell over.
But when's the last time the Spanish announce table got used but didn't get smashed?
Probably never.
Like, God, we got to keep track of that.
That was the best part of that match, though.
Yeah, but other than that was the worst match of the night. So predictable. The Wyatt and Reigns match was pretty good. They had a lot of good spots. Of course, New Day retains. I mean,
with no Xavier Woods at ringside.
So that trombone and spirit and this whole unicorn thing. Throw up the unicorn. Let's throw up a unicorn right now. You guys can't see it, but we're throwing up the unicorn for my boy Xavier Woods.
Follow his gaming channel. Up.
Yeah, up, down, down. What a great gaming channel that guy's got on YouTube. It's insane.
If you haven't checked it out yet, check it out.
Yeah, check out. Shout outs to up, down, down there. We'll have to put a tag in the description for this.
Maybe you'll give us a shout out.
Yeah, hopefully, maybe he'll give us a listen. If you're listening, Xavier Woods, man, you're a man. We have the unicorns up for you right now, just for you.
Yep.
But yeah, our boys New Day are retaining. Yep. I think the Dudleys will win it in a tables match, probably not till like TLC.
Yeah.
So
they're gonna get them eventually.
Yeah, I see them getting in eventually too.
Kevin Owens versus Ryback, pretty bad match because Ryback just sucks.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens did the pop-up power bomb for the win.
Yeah, that's true.
The pre-show match, I didn't even watch the pre-show match, even though I know Cesaro, Ziggler, and Neville won.
Yeah, I missed that too, but I'm sure it wasn't that exciting. It's
Neville,
a kickoff match, so
I know Neville won it with the
red arrow. That move is sick.
Yeah.
I love the red arrow.
Neville's another guy from NXT too.
Yep, Neville got brought up too as well. I forgot to mention that. He's been doing all right, staying at the mid-card level. I mean, doing what he's got to do right now.
He probably has the best finisher.
Yeah, but it just sucks because he's small, right?
Yeah.
Vince still has that persona of but Seth Rollins is not that big anyways, but Seth Rollins is good being a heel and being the top heel. That's probably the only reason why he's champion.
Yeah.
If he was a shitty heel, I don't think you'd see him as being champion.
Or a face.
He wouldn't
be champion right now.
Yeah. But rest of the pay-per-view was alright, and Taker and Brock Lesnar lived up to the hype. A lot of blood in that match.
Yeah, apparently Vince was really pissed off about all the blood.
Apparently him and Kevin Dunn backstage weren't too happy about that. And they're speculating that Brock's been blading.
I don't know if they can prove that.
I don't know if they can prove that either. I don't think he's been blading. I think he's purposely cutting himself open by finding the one exposed area of that turnbuckle that's exposed so he can cut himself, but he's not really... But I guess that's be a form of blading. Like, you're not using your own blade, but you're using something on the ring to blade yourself.
Yeah.
So, but Brock Lesnar bring legitimacy to the WWE.
Yeah, and then what do you call it? He ripped apart the canvas.
Yeah, that's something I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Is he ripped apart the ring all the way down to the baseboard, and Taker gives him a tombstone onto it, kicks out. That was insane.
Yeah.
This match had a really good WrestleMania feeling to it.
Yeah.
Literally, it was like WrestleMania rematch, and then Brock Lesnar with the low blow, and then F5 onto that exposed area. And
it was ironic because Taker used the low blow to win the SummerSlam
twice. Match. He low blows. That's the second time he's low blowed Brock Lesnar.
I don't even want to talk about the SummerSlam match finish because that was just horrendous.
Oh my god, yeah.
How does the bell timekeeper see it? Yeah. But
how does the bell keeper call the match? That's never allowed ever that the bell keeper calls the finishing match. It's the referee. So it was controversial, but they poorly executed that. It was really bad. And then
when does the timekeeper ever call the match?
Never.
How did he see him tapping if he was on the same side as
the referee. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like, how did he see him?
Was he listening to Paul Heyman? Because Paul Heyman was on the right side. So, like, I don't understand that.
It was just stupid. And then the only good part was Lesnar passing out and giving Taker the finger in the Hell's Gate.
Yeah.
But this ending was a lot better than SummerSlam, thankfully.
Yeah. We're hoping the build up to Survivor Season is better. Tonight we got a good WWE World Heavyweight Championship tournament, and we'll just see how it goes. I mean, WWE is starting to pick up again, so it's good that we're getting the podcast back and we're getting our thoughts out there. It's been a good year so far. So
depends on who's Owens' next challenger for the U.S. title as well.
IC Championship.
IC.
Yeah. Your boy's got the U.S. title right now.
Yeah.
This is destiny.
The other title,
but you already knew that.
Yeah. The other title we haven't talked about is the Divas title.
The Divas title.
Nikki Bella having the longest reign ever.
She passed AJ Lee. I can't believe it. Oh, man.
It's upsetting.
I mean, you get what you get when you're dating John Cena. So,
as Paige would say, we all know the real reason she got to the top.
Yeah. Ooh, my girl Paige dropping the Paige bomb.
And now Paige is back with PCB. It makes no sense. I don't know what she's doing.
Yep. Yeah. They split up for a little bit. Yeah, that's their tag team name. I guess when the Divas Revolution started, basically just spawned 3 women tag teams. You had Sasha Banks, Tamina, and freaking Naomi. Then you have Team Bad.
Nasty.
Then you got freaking Team PCB, which is Paige, Charlotte, and Becky. Like, really creative guys.
Yeah. And
you have freaking the Bella Twins, who added Alicia Fox. Just don't get how Alicia Fox fits in there. What are you doing in there, Alicia Fox?
She's more odd than it was with the fucking Lana and Dolph Ziggler.
So, that's kind of... But the Divas have been getting better matches. I mean, they're doing better.
The new champ now. We'll see who her next challenger is. I'm hoping it's Sasha.
But, like, move-wise and stuff, they've been doing good. And they've been giving them more TV time and longer matches. They've been, 15-minute matches, so...
Honestly, before Del Rio came back last night, the only reason I watched was for the Divas, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the Divas matches are becoming good. Like, this is a good revolution. Yeah. Like, thank God for... And apparently, it's going like Steph wanted to start it, but you know what? You got to give credit to where it's due, and that's the wrestlers, and that's the Divas who they brought up from NXT and just finally...
And there's going to be another crop of Divas coming up as well. Bayley.
You got Bayley... Who else
Alexa
is there?
Bliss.
Alexa Bliss. I have a good feeling about her. There's an Asian girl that they just signed.
Yeah, they just signed her.
The name's getting by me, and it sucks right now. And I should know.
She was really over in her debut match.
Yeah. So
yeah, there's a lot of good. The farm system for the Divas is good right now.
Yeah. Even the farm system for the wrestlers in NXT right now, they still have to be brought up, like Finn Balor, Hideo Itami, Samoa Joe. James Storm, who just came over from TNA recently. That's insane. Another TNA hopper.
It's really its own brand down there. It's pretty insane.
Yep. So we'll just have to wait. I mean, even the Vaudevillains, their tag team down there, they're getting a lot of hype from the crowd, and Enzo Amore and Cass, they're getting a lot of hype too.
Perfect 10.
Ty Dillinger, our Niagara Falls boy,
representing,
now getting a new gimmick called the Perfect 10. It's actually getting over with the crowd, so good for him. Maybe we'll see him come up to WWE, but if he does, he's gonna be another Zack Ryder. He's just gonna be here to get jobbed.
It's like Ziggler. I'm here to lose my push. You know?
Yeah, basically. But yeah,
that's about it.
That's pretty much about it, guys. Tune in. I'm not sure when our next podcast is gonna be. I just wanted to come back here, but I'll keep you guys updated. I'm sure I'll do one sometime this week again. But as always, I am your host, the greatest host, Kyle Masters. I got my co-host, Corporate Cappy, over here.
As my new mug says, thanks to WWE
He
Shop.
did. If anyone's seen it, the mug that Kane made the drinking out of a couple weeks ago on Raw, Brandon here, Corporate Cappy, did buy it.
It's the best $10 I ever spent in my life, you know?
Yeah.
The world's greatest director of operations. You heard it here first.
Yeah. He is the world's greatest co-host.
Maybe No Sell Phil will join us one day. Who knows? He got his haircut. Maybe he's going for a new gimmick.
Yeah, he's finally got that haircut, man. The guy started to look like Jesus.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see about that. I'll have to contact Phil and get him on the show again. It's always nice to get Phil's opinion on things.
He always goes against what we say all the time. So,
that's true. Other than that, guys, thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for some more episodes.
Yeah, see you later.